Hello, my friends. Hello, my family. What's poppin'? We are back. I am with my amazing, wonderful co-host,
Hello, my
Josana
friends.
Vaz.
Hello, my
And I need
family.
all you
What?
guys to do me a favor. I need you to like this stream. I need to for you guys to subscribe. So because Josana want to provide you guys with great content, even though she's not feeling the best. And we appreciate Josana sticking in with us and doing this show. So show some support to our amazing friend Josana. If anything, if you guys want to support her, like the stream. How you doing, Josana?
I have COVID. Woohoo! Yes,
Yikes.
I tested positive yesterday. I am very tired. I cough. Hi, Angela. Hi, everybody in the chat.
Hi, people.
I feel like I have, oh, I feel like I have Comrade Cam's calling me queen. No queen.
Yeah,
I'm just comrade.
we have such a wholesome community. I love to see it. Love to see
Yes, I love to see all of you. I miss you during the week. But yeah, enough about me. I'm excited about our guest. The
Yeah, we
first
sorry, go ahead, Josana. Go ahead.
the first part of our show tonight is gonna be really cool because we are hearing about the shooting that happened in Buffalo, and I wanted to see it through the perspective of the community leaders. And you know me, Nick, I'm always I want to be on the ground. I want to be with the people in action.
We're
So
gonna
I
do a lot
always
more
try
on
to
the
bring
ground.
up,
And
yes,
that's what we want to do. We want to do more on the ground. We want to show support to local communities that are struggling as well. So I'm happy that we had the guests we have on. But go ahead, Josana.
yeah. So I went after to find um somebody that was working for their community, and I am so lucky I found Kari, and I will have to learn how to pronounce his name. Um
Is it Dakar?
and
Hopefully we
yeah,
got it right.
Nakarai. I pronounced to him in Brazilian Portuguese, and he thought it was cute, but he's gonna teach us. We will bring him on now.
Yeah,
By the way, he's talking to us from his phone because he's actually right
give
now.
us a
He was
thumbs
looking
up
for
if you're
an
good, ready to
ambulance.
go. Dakar, give us a
You
thumbs up. You
ready?
good to go? Good. All right, cool. All right, let's introduce our guest.
Yes.
Thank you for
Hi.
joining us.
Hi, how are you guys?
So Kari, teach me how can I pronounce your name properly,
Uh,
and
so it's pronounced Dakari. Is my first name.
Dakari.
the
And
Kari.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you are the creator and member of the Candles in the Sun, right?
Yes, ma'am. Candles in the Sun. Sun stands for Save Your Neighborhood. Oh, I'm sorry.
And this is in Buffalo, New York.
Yes, ma'am.
And I wanted you to explain to us a little bit of the work that you guys do, how long you've been on, and then we're gonna go from there.
Okay. So Candles in the Sun. I started this officially um June 2019. We started with a free youth football camp. I was working at PR with professional athletes before, just seeing the work that they were doing within their cities. Sports camps, giveaways, stuff like that. And it was cool, but I also realized that Buffalo needed the same. Knowing poverty rates, knowing segregation, knowing how things, redlining and such has affected Buffalo. Buffalo's like fourth most segregated city in the U.S. right now. So, according to some reports, eighth most if you look at others. So just understanding like understanding those stats, understanding like growing up here, living here, you know what goes on here, you know what is needed here. So, being somebody from here, I had to be the one to provide for here, and that's how I felt during this time. I couldn't wait for a policy or couldn't wait for like a government official to step up. It's my city, so I take care of my city.
There you go. There you go. I like the part where you say we can never wait for a government official to step up. That said, so how is the environment there? How is the energy now with everything that went on this weekend and the families?
People scared. People are scared because we do live amongst a lot of there's a lot of like outskirts of like suburban racism. So you definitely um, there's the fear of you had the copycats. You had the it was it's fear, literally just fear. People are scared.
And I want to know, like, because like I live in New York, right? And I know for a fact that outside of New York City is like always, like they say, cop town, white supremacy town. Like I remember going to hike somewhere and feeling fear because I saw so many white people and so many cops, to be quite honest. The guy that you look at them in there. Uh, so is the climate like in Buffalo was always like that, like aggressive towards like racism and the like pressure in the black community, like before the shooting? How was the
I mean, over like I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but the protest, 2020 protest, this is where the older guy had got pushed down as well. The older white guy, Martin. I can't think of Martin's last name. No disrespect to him, but this is where he got pushed down as well. So police are definitely aggressive force here, but it's something that, like, sadly, as a person here, you have to understand, just get used to. Sadly, that's what they try to teach you. So, you just have to maneuver. But in order, I mean, thankfully for us, I have programs with police to expunge records for youth. So like I have things like that set up that are ways that people say like, oh, we have to join the system to be the system. No, I do it my ways, and affect change that way.
got it? And is uh is the shooting, did it happen in the part of the community where you are, where your organization is located? Like,
Yeah, that's where we always are. We operate throughout the entire city of Buffalo, New York. We don't just. I mean, I have my focused efforts in our minority communities and our Black community specifically, but we don't just limit to Buffalo. But that was an attack on one of the poorest zip codes, the poorest Black zip codes in Buffalo, and it was attacked that because they knew that that's an all Black zip code. Know that it's a poor zip code. They knew that all the Black people would be at that tops that day. So it was an attack on Black people, but you can't limit it. So
yeah. For those that don't know, Kareem is actually, sorry, Kari is actually working right now, right? What
yeah,
are you
I'm still.
collecting? What's the action that you're doing right now there?
So we are actually. I can't flip my camera. Oh, I turned it off. So we're unpacking this truck right here. We just went and shopped for more paper towels, toilet paper, Gatorades, diapers, wipes, soaps, everything. Laundry detergent. We basically we are doing produce still, but we wanted to take we wanted to figure out from residents what they actually needed versus trying to just figure out, we'll just throw things at them and stuff food down their throats. We wanted to ensure that they needed food, that they needed everything that we were going to be putting at them. So we definitely wanted to ensure that need was taken care of.
Awesome. And there's people in the chat asking, are there any cash app we can donate to contribute you
Yes.
with your?
So, our Cash App and our Venmo is Save Your Neighborhood. Save UR Neighborhood. That's so Candles in the Sun. The acronym for Sun is Save Your Neighborhood. I believe
Oh,
advancing our community, like underprivileged communities, education, mentoring, and co-curriculars. That's where the Sun. The Sun stands for that. Save Your Neighborhood. So,
okay.
when heard,
Is there a website or a Twitter page, social media, anything that we can
Yeah,
direct
yeah.
people to?
candlesinthesun.com is our website. Twitter, we're on there. I'm pretty sure it's Candles in the Sun on Twitter. It's Candles in the Sun on Instagram. You can even type in the hashtag Save Your Neighborhood, and you can see some of our posts as well. But we literally we were planning gearing up for a 40 event summer, and now we are Working on this. We're strictly just focused on this.
Yeah,
Look at
this is exactly the kind of work that we I really want people to advocate for and push. This is why I love that you're doing this. I want everyone in our community to show material support to these people. We can't. This is the kind of actions that we need. We can't necessarily rely on politicians. So it's good to see this stuff. That is exactly the kind of stuff we want to see our RBN. So Josana, I'll pass it back to you. 'Cause I know you want to chime in.
um I would like to know, are you having contact with the families of the victims? Like,
Yeah.
and how is it going? Like,
So truthfully, we're in direct contact with the victims. Let me throw my seatbelt on. One of the victims, um, I'm actually close with her grandchildren. And so her granddaughter has a child with my cousin.
okay,
A very close connection. And I've been we've from the first few minutes when we found out, we've been covering travels, flights, car rides, whatever, to ensure that all the family got here. And now when they've been here, covering things from daily food to pocket expenses to people are missing work this week. That needs to be respected and understood. So we as neighborhood heroes, we literally save our neighborhood. We don't look for anything. We do what we're supposed to do. What others do on top of it is surplus, but we don't wait for them.
awesome. And President Biden was supposed to be there today. I call him Jim Crow Joe. That's just how I call him. Um, he's not my president. He's not any president from the USA is a good president for me. I'm an immigrant. I'm from Brazil. Um, did you guys go to the event? Did you hear anything? What did he
No,
do for the community today? What did he
by
have to
order,
say?
we stay away from all politics. We
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
so I endorse Democrats, Republicans, nobody. I don't endorse churches, and that's nothing. Again, I'm not.
Thank
Again,
you.
Thank you. You're right there with us.
yeah, sellout behavior. So we earlier while the president was doing the performatives, we were at schools doing restorative circles with our kids.
That's
That's
amazing.
perfect. And I know you may have outlined this a little bit, but I'm interested in about like the ask of the community because I already see a lot of these narratives that go around push for increased censorship. I see push for gun control, but just based on what you see on the ground, what is something that the community is asking for in response to this?
So Buffalo is, I can be honest, Buffalo is a very split community. Even our community within
Yeah,
Buffalo
fair enough.
is very split. So you have young individuals who are proposing situations such as I am my organization is covering a free pistol permit class, and that'll be next weekend. We're covering a pistol permit class for 30 individuals locally. I'm a person, I do believe in arming citizens.
Thank you.
I believe
Amen.
yeah, we can't you can't fight words with guns. They have guns. We can't fight words with guns. So I do believe in arming citizens, but training you as well. Like I'm part of a gun club here, 24-hour access. I'll go shoot at 4 a.m., 2 a.m., 12 p.m., whatever. But I also take my friends and family in there with me. I'm just, want to educate beyond just a typical thought of like what just happened. So I'm working on a farmer's market. So we have a sustainable way that this can't be targeted again, and people can't be targeted for lack of resources. And we are actually, I'm in the process now of looking. Well, not even looking anymore. I'm securing a property in the southern towns of Buffalo because I want to start to not only expand what we're doing, but bring in more resources for what we're doing. Our youth need, like this summer, I'm taking them, kayaking, hiking. We're working on a gymnastics facility as well. Like there's
That's great,
a
man.
lot. Yeah, I'm really big on, expanding the opportunities of our youth. Um,
You
and
need to look into martial arts too. If you can, find martial arts for them. It's great for kids.
so it's funny you say that. That's actually, I just spoke with someone earlier about martial arts.
Good. See, he's on it, guys. He's
Yeah,
on it. He's
martial
on
arts,
it.
gymnastics, wrestling. We're
All that
working.
stuff is great.
Yeah. So one thing that I realized growing up as a child, we do. I was blessed enough to transfer out schools. My father did what he did to take care of the neighborhood. My dad was a street pharmacist my whole life growing up. He took care of the neighborhood, but also took care of our family. Moved us out and showed us more opportunities. But with that blessing was also a little bit more curses with it. But with those blessings, I was able to see, instead of me, wrestling with my cousins, I can learn technique with this. I can actually be. I went undefeated as a wrestler.
Nice, man. Nice.
Stuff like that. I was able to turn down academics. I mean, turn down athletic scholarships for academic scholarships. So you just having that opportunity, being able to speak to them about that, being able to show them that communication is key. Communicating their feelings is key. Expressing, we
Yeah.
went from 3rd to 8th grade today. Asked them, how did they feel about what happened? What do they know about what happened? Did they see it on social media? Like, how did that affect them? Does it change how you view your neighborhood? Does it change how you view your society? Things like that. So we really try to, be presently impactful with everything we do, more than anything. My biggest thing is being present and being impactful. Monetary is good. Monetary donations are cool when you're from afar, but when you're in Buffalo and you're from Buffalo, you're from an area that's affected, and you don't get outside, I can't say that you love your people the same. It's hard to believe it.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
It's hard to believe it.
Absolutely. That
I
we
I am
mentioned.
in awe.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead, Nick. I'm like
No,
speechless.
this is what, and we talk about revolutionary discipline, right? This is what revolutionary discipline looks like in action. And I'm very impressed. I didn't know that much about you coming on, but I'm very impressed,
I appreciate that.
especially with you, the way you build in community and introducing these activities to youth who usually don't have those kind of opportunities.
Yeah,
I'm lucky just because my dad was a boxer. Then
yeah.
I made friends with martial art friends, and I'm gonna save it for later because it's not about me. But martial arts saved my life, and then you can look, gymnastics does the same for many people as well. Wrestling does the same. I think wrestling is a martial art. That's as far as I'm concerned, right? So like these things impact people in so many positive ways, especially in terms of mental health, self-esteem. So the fact that it's not just monetary benefits they offer in the community, right? Mutual aid comes in forms of offering opportunities like that, like martial art training, like
Yep.
gymnastic training. So I would love your thoughts on that, and then I'll get Josana in it. But I love the work that you guys are doing in there. Anything you want to add?
Man, no, I everything you just said, you just hit it right on the head. You literally hit it right on the head. It's everything. Even with our basketball, we do free basketball on Saturdays. With that programming, we communicate after. We sit for 20 minutes and we have conversations. What is accountability? What's it like to be a good friend? What's it like to be a good neighbor? What's it like to be a good son? Things like that. I'm huge on having conversations and leading them, not just talking about doing something. You have to lead. You have to show by example. So that's what neighborhood hero is. I don't call my volunteers. Volunteers we call neighborhood heroes because that gives you a sense of entitlement. That's your neighborhood. You got to be a hero of it. So
That's beautiful.
is it loud?
Especially what?
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when we are seeing what's going on. Nazis are being armed. They have $40 billion, right? They just got $40 billion to just be, right? To just exist and be Nazis. And this kid that did what they did, I'm not going to call this kid, sorry. I'm going to go back. This assassin, this piece of shit, this terrorist, this pig, this white supremacist asshole that just shot the whole community. He learned from the Azov battalion and he carried the symbol. So
The black
we
sun.
now, black people, we now have to learn how to defend ourselves because self-defense is not a crime. We
So
are being attacked. We are under attacked.
so
Attacked.
me personally, I feel like this is where we, as people, have to work on being so reactive, and become more proactive. Is because we've been under attack. This isn't something new. This is not anything new. Even if you want to talk about it honestly, our communities are under attack daily from some of our own who are lost. So arming ourselves now is we put on I put on a free self defense and basically protect Operation Protect Black Women was my thing for March for Women's History Month. We had Operation Protect Black Women. Every weekend we had a different kind of series. We ended it with pistol permits. We started with self defense classes. And one of my biggest things is because here locally, a young Black woman was found on the train tracks last year. And after that, I really started to realize that sometimes the harm that we cause to one another is insane, but also the harm that we allow others to cause to us, and the harm that society allows others to cause to us is we're getting attacked from all angles. And then okay, you got Ukraine from last month. Black people aren't able to get on trains. You look at this month, Black people are getting shot at in grocery stores. So it's like we're under attack all throughout the world. So this isn't something that's taken lightly. Like I take my girl with me to the range regularly. She shoots a FN with me regularly. And she's uncomfortable with it. But I need her to know if I'm ever only having that FN with me, I go down. We need to be able to shoot this. You gotta be able to protect you. So it's like I'm huge on second step. And it's like everything starts at a solid foundation. So everything that I teach my youth, relationship building first. I try to build a bond with them first. I have to build. How can I take something from you if I don't trust you? I'm not even trusting that you're teaching me the right thing if I don't trust you, if I don't acknowledge it. So, I build that bond first before I do anything, and then we introduce them to ideas. But we follow up with reassurance, letting them know that hey, I'm here for you. Whether you fail, whether you pass, fail, whatever, I'm here for you. And it's like where I learned that was like my whole family growing up. I got an uncle that died of Black Panther. He died in police custody as a Black Panther. So it's like I was born and raised for this. That's like when the situation happened, people are like, "Oh, are you upset? Are you mad?" Yeah, I'm mad. I'm upset. But do I keep just leaving the community hanging? Nah. So
yes, we need more of that mindset, man. Especially as the assault continues, because we got to frame it properly. This is nothing new. So as the assault continues, we can't allow people to lead us off the cliff. And people want us, especially a lot of capitalists, they want us to have this individualistic way of thinking. We can't think like this as a community anymore. We gotta move as a unified community with love in each other's heart and with our well-beings at our number one interest, right?
so
And
it's
when I see the liberal establishment, when I see the establishment push for this, I want to share this article, Kyle. I was going to share it later, but I think this is a good time since we were talking about this because once again I cannot emphasize enough that I love that you advocate for community defense because the white America that funds these white supremacists and give them weapons, they would love nothing more for Black people to disarm themselves. And that's the last thing that workers, especially Black people, need to do right now. Disarm the police and the military and then get back to me. This once white America disarms themselves, then get back
so
to me. But this is the
I
last thing we need. But go ahead. I would love to hear
no,
it.
you're fine. I actually got put out of a meeting earlier. For bringing this up. Basically, Erie County, where we live, where Buffalo is Erie County. So you have to fly your pistol permit through. And Erie County is known to process Black permit holders applicants slower. In
Yeah.
fact, Black permits way slower. Like I got mine in 3 months only because I knew 3 people in that office. Black people on an average wait 9 months here. That's insane. I got to sign a paper, wait 9 months to get my like that's in that 9 months so much can happen. You look at the last 9 months is what has happened attacks against Black people. There's a lot. You can point them all over the world. So it's like, we have to that's something that I'm working on as well is, figuring out why that system is so delayed for us. But even beyond that, it's there's the cohesiveness that we know that we need, and then there's the cohesiveness that our elders feel that we need, and it doesn't align if we're being honest, and that's where a lot of confusion comes within our community right now. Is there's two different views being pushed. You have elders that are willing to bow down to think that if we get a minimal slap on the okay, they will take 5% of a pie versus waiting a little bit and getting a whole pie. And I don't believe in that. I'll always like I
Yes,
was
sir.
self-funded
Yes,
from
sir.
2019 until January of this year. We were self-funded. Everything from my org is out of my pocket. We just started getting community partnerships, sponsors, all that. But before that, I literally went 100,000 deep paying for this org. And just believing in my community because I believe in real community advancement.
Good
And
stuff.
I'll
That's
put
good stuff, man.
yeah,
Like that kind of stuff. We love to hear that. But go ahead.
no, I really believe in advancing my community. Like I really know that I can help these youth. I know that I can impact these youth. I have friends who I impacted within a couple months of them being around. Just having a neighborhood hero touch and being able to be around us, being around. I take them around the pro athlete so they can show that's within reach. You see a young black man that's a pro athlete, that's an NFL player. Okay, you see he comes from a single mom. He comes from a broken home. You're like, wait. And now you're talking to him. He's not just on the TV on Sunday. You're talking to him. So now when I bring this to your front door, I bring you to his house. This changes your whole idea of what a pro athlete is. So we're really working on just transforming the entire image of what people see
Exactly.
in themselves. Like I don't believe in building someone up into something else. Like as a neighborhood hero, you build yourself like that's you're building a better version of you. I show you how you're shortening yourself with your current decisions, and then we show how to make better ones and how they're going to help you grow.
That's how it should be done. And this is the headline that I wanted to share. And you see how I feel the liberal establishment want nothing more than this. And I'm sure you know because you've been on the ball this entire time. But they always use white supremacy. They always use terrorism, and they always use these attacks as a guise to expand state power. And then they turn that state power against us.
Mm-hmm.
That is what they always do. So
So
I love that you are preaching the right thing to your community to not fall for this because unfortunately a lot of our, as you mentioned, black elders, a lot of the black boomers who have shifted to neoliberalism and forgotten their revolutionary roots and spirits through the Black Panthers, through the movement that Malcolm X and MLK have built. They shifted to neoliberalism. Oftentimes, a lot of them got comfortable and then they decided to sell us out. That's just the unfortunate truth. I do want to be clear, we do have real allies in this struggle that have been in this struggle for a long time.
oh yeah, no. Because
Yeah.
listen, my rural farmers, shout out to Cynic Farms. Man, from the bottom of my heart. White farmer, she called me out there yesterday. So this is what I go to weekly to provide for my produce for the kids. Called me yesterday, gave me 40 bushels of apples. And if you know, a bushel of apples probably like 100 apples basically. She gave me 40 boxes of 100 apples. Wouldn't allow me to pay. Wouldn't and this was just off of, hey, Kari, if you need anything else, just call me. And she wants to show young black kids how to farm. She wants us to come back out there so we can learn how to farm.
That's a real ally.
Everything, but that's a real ally. Someone who understands what I'm saying, sits there, hears me, listens, and then figures out from their way, their profession, their life of how they can affect the change that I'm trying to bring. That's a real ally for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Josana, you wanted to add anything?
Yeah, I just want to say that we need the allies, right? Throughout history, we had them.
Absolutely.
But that's the work that they have to do on themselves because a white person is born in privilege, right? And it's born in supremacy. And it's very comfortable to just stay there.
Yes.
Right? So this person, for example, that has a farm and is donating food and wants to teach how to farm, is a person that did the internal work. And I'm going to show you another person here, just highlighted their comment. Quaker anarchist is a real one. They unpack racism and supremacy and privilege in them. Yeah, she's a true one. And they unpack in themselves and then they can do the work. Because whenever I'm bringing out here, I'm like, white supremacy sucks, white people are wrong, and that hurts you and you're white, then you have work to do in yourself. then you have work to do in yourself,
The fact
right?
that is a definite. So unfortunately, I am sitting outside of this restaurant. I'm supposed to go in with a few more families just to sit and talk with them for a little bit. Um, I
Yeah,
do have to go in a few
yeah, we
minutes.
appreciate you coming on, man.
I
Yeah, we
want to tell
appreciate
you guys this. I want to just leave you guys with this. If it's anything anyone can learn from Buffalo, from this incident right here, one, know that when it, even when you don't think it can happen, it can. Even when you don't think you should step up, you should. We don't think people need you, they do. Hesitating does no one any justice. Our community needs us more than ever. And that's not just now, that is forever. Like, as a community that understands that we are coming from behind already, we should never question when people need us, how they need us. We should always be able to tap into our inner selves and be able to understand that if we are truly the Black people that we say we are.
Well said. Powerful way to
Oh
end
my
it.
God.
It was great talking to you. Like really
Thank you
great
so
talking.
much, Kari. I have to thank you so much because like we ain't done yet. Is their account, Sage posted about your organization and
Okay.
you responded me right away and we're in touch and we will be in touch because we are building an action. So we're gonna need your help. We need
Okay.
teachers.
Okay.
I am so honored to have you here, to have spoken to you because as
Um,
somebody said in the comments, it lifts up the sadness and the defeatism from the situation and it brings hope. Your words brought hope to my heart because I see a true one, right? What I'm seeing is making me emotional. Sorry, I'm a crybaby, but it is like it's it's the
I'm
Black
sorry.
Panther Party, man, all over again. That's what he's building there. That's his legacy, the legacy from his ancestors. His walking their steps.
That,
I see that all over again, and I'm so fucking grateful, and I'm a fan. Thank you so much. Thank
nah,
you
you
so much.
gave me the chills because that's yes, I appreciate that. Seriously. Seriously.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, man. I know
Thank you
I'm
so
gonna
much
let
for
you go
being
'cause I
here.
know you gotta go. So thank you for coming on once again.
Definitely want to, any of you guys interested in any community efforts, all I have to do is get a certificate of status from New York State. I can bring it to your city, your town, whatever. We can save your name.
Yeah, consider us family, friends, partners now, because I love the work you guys
Yes,
do. So
please.
Let me
absolutely,
know. However, I can be of assistance to any of you in your audience, YouTube, whomever. Please just tap into Candles in the Sun. I got y'all.
absolutely, man.
Same
Thank you,
here.
thank
Yes.
you. We will let you
RBN
go
is your
now.
house.
So
Thank
once again, great talking to you,
Thank you.
man. That that is what revolutionary discipline looks like, guys. I got chills. Like I didn't know anything about the guy. It was a great get, Josana. Great get, Josana. I didn't know what to expect, but this is what we talk about all the time. What it means to have true revolutionary discipline, and this was uplifting, wasn't it? Like this is inspiring, and this has been the message of this network of RBN. The work that he's doing is what we have advocated for. That is not nihilism. Listen to what he said. They don't look at politicians as your saviors. They didn't even show up when Joe Biden showed up. But they call RBN, they call us nihilists because we have the same message that he has, uplifting the community. It's empowering to see and put the onus on yourself and your community. Say, we got this. Instead of saying vote Democrat every 2-4 years and hope for the best. That's actually nihilist to believe you can't do anything other than rely on politicians. So great interview, but go ahead, Josana.
They come to our houses. They come for us. They will destroy and torture and kill us. But to see that light, to see that effort, to see the energy, to see the beauty, I am fulfilled with hope because I'm mostly hopeless. To watch all of this to happen and American people not doing nothing, not going to the streets, and it's so oh,
You
uplifting
want me
to
to cry
see
too?
that our community is doing something. There are people out there, and they are not in social media. They are not. They are out there, and we have to uplift their voices. And I feel so lucky to have found Kari. And please donate to Candles in the Sun, and let's get with him. Let's learn and let's have faith that we can do this, because all that they want to do is to show us every day that we cannot, right? But we can, and we will. And I have to stop crying for the rest of the thing. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's healthy, especially given the times that we're in. There are a lot of people that are struggling. There are a lot of tragedies that are being hit, disenfranchised communities, and there's nothing that's more self-defeating than saying, "Oh, we must rely on politicians. We must vote blue." And people, and like, there's so many people. I'm not gonna name names because I think this is a wholesome segment, but there are a lot of people who scoff at mutual aid. You know, the people that literally scoff at the work that Dakar does there. So this is the move that we have to make as workers, as Black and other colonized people. We can't rely on white saviors. We take the help and we accept the help of white allies, but we reject white saviors. And I hope that segment injected some hopium to you guys, because my version of hopium is not telling you guys that voting for another squad member will improve your lives. That is what some people do. That is what some big channels do. They tell you, oh, if only Neil Turner wins, things will be okay. And then that's actually very defeating in a way. That's actually devastating because what happens when Nina loses? When you tell people that your liberation relies on this, then all of a sudden you have this wave of defeat that you got to deal with. So instead of relying on those false leaders, let's just continue to work for our community. And that's the message of Revolutionary Black House. So love Mr. Singleton. Shit, I might fuck around, had to bring him on again. I didn't know that much about him, but I remember when we talk about guns, like, oh, hopefully he's disciplined on this. He nailed the gun question. He nailed the politician question. So I didn't. Josana knew more than I did. So I was like, I don't know what exactly he is.
The funny thing, I'll tell you, like, the funny thing is, like, so we ain't done yet is the name of their account. Their name is Sage. Posted, like, instead of looking for the news and like what they talking about the shooter calling him a kid like I did, I'm really sorry, and I fixed on time. Look for the people that are doing something for the community. And he posted Candles in the Sun, and I looked and I found Kari, and I DM'd him, and he gave me his phone number, and he started messaging, and I just messaged, and this was all yesterday, I think, or Sunday. And I messaged Nick, I'm bringing his man on the show on Tuesday. Nick, like, yeah, whatever. Like, Nick is like, he's always down with
like,
me.
Whatever
like, yeah.
is down for, I'm down. I'm down.
And then I was like, the Biden administration was there today, so let's see where he's at. Because lately in politics, we have seen so many of us in the Black community. There are sellouts, right? There are raccoons, and it's so disappointing. Black Lives Matter to start with, like, a whole movement to start with, celebrating the death of the men that died for the Black Lives Matter movement to happen with champagne in a mansion. And I was like, and then this wholesome man comes in, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
there is hope.
I saw someone say he's the East Coast Rome. That's the same kind of work our brother Rome is doing. And you should notice the people who actually do that kind of work, it requires discipline. I mean, you guys saw my reaction when he was dropping truth bombs, but I shouldn't have been surprised, because the people who are engaged in the mutual aid, the people who are community building, they are the people who have revolutionary discipline. They're not the shit libs that are advocating for you to vote for Joe Biden. They're not the people who are defending AOC on Twitter. Like, those are the last people you're going to see organizing marches. Those are the last people you're going to see organizing mutual aid. Do you see TYT spotlighting his work? Do you see TYT in the streets? No. I want you guys to have a real class solidarity and disciplined minds. And much love to you as well, Kami. John Kemper, also friend of the show, always leaving great, wholesome comments. Josana, you have anything else you want to add? We have enough time where I can cover one of my stories. I definitely have to cover this one, especially after I guess.
No, Nick, I can be sitting here with our audience talking until, like, I know I'm sick, but this healed me. I feel touched by the Holy Spirit. The Holy Ghost just touched me. I'm a singer.
The Holy Revolutionary Spirit.
Yes.
The Holy Revolutionary Spirit. Okay.
Just want to shout out to my
So let's
sister Joy.
so let's do this. I have 3 quick stories that we can do, and then I think that would be a great show. Unless you have anything else you want to add. So last time on the Outsiders View, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I think it was last time though. One of these episodes, we discussed the not only just the right wing meltdown over protesting, but there are people in the liberal establishment that joined the right wing because, as always, when you give a liberal a chance to side with socialists or workers or ordinary people over fascists and capitalists, they will always choose the fascists and the capitalists over the people. So you saw even people on MSNBC, you saw liberal blue checks fear mongering, saying, "Oh my God, you guys are taking it too far by protesting in people's homes." Even though our government is ran by war criminals, white collar criminals of the highest order, responsible for inside trading, they profit off war by selling stocks. You had a lot of politicians who benefited from the Ukraine war because they put stocks in weapon defense contractors when they knew this war was going to happen. So this is kind of stuff that they do that is criminal. But while they have a violent assault over ordinary people and they engage in crimes like civil asset forfeiture and no-knock warrants on their own people, they say, "Oh, you guys got to be nice to us and showing your disapproval of us." This is classic civility politics, which do not help the workers. I have said it many times. Civility politics only helps the bourgeoisie ruling class. That's why we do not engage in civility politics at RBN. This is why you're not going to see RBN have access in interviewing people like Nina Turner, because we are not willing to engage in civility politics, because that only serves the ruling class. So we covered this at the time, and I showed you guys how you have the Republican Party that's melting down over this, over people protesting and demonstrating their free speech right. And at RBN, we called out hypocrites on both of the fraudulent teams, the red team and the blue team. You got a lot of Elon Musk stands, who a lot of them are conservatives, right? Who they say they are free speech absolutists. No, they are not. What have I said on this channel? This right-wing populist that you guys have invented, it doesn't exist. It's a myth. These people are more secular Reagan Republicans. Are we clear? There is no such thing as a right-wing populist. Give me an example, and I will show you guys why that's a dumb example. Every single one of them are pro-censorship. All of them are pro-war. All of them are pro-capitalist. All of them are for the class war against the workers. And that includes Tucker Carlson, because he was one of the people who did a segment like, "Oh my God, you guys are protesting the ruling class in their homes." Tucker Carlson, the champion of the workers that so many people claim he is, even though that's obviously bullshit. So he apparently put spotlights on the issue of the workers, but he don't support mechanisms in which we can extract the ask of the workers, like showing up at people's houses. Now let's get to Ron DeSantis. This is another guy that so-called right-wing populists seem to think he's somehow different than the average Republican. These people think that they support free speech because these people who engage in white identity politics, me and CJ, we just talked about this yesterday. This is the whole white displacement theory. The white displacement theory is based on white identity politics. Oh my God, we're going to be replaced. That's the whole politics. That's Tucker Carlson politics, and that's the politics of the right-wing populists. Their version of free speech is saying slurs on social media. They don't stand for the First Amendment the same way they don't stand for the Second Amendment, because they're quick to apologize for a cop for shooting someone for having a gun. If the cops can shoot someone for having a gun, we don't have a Second Amendment. We don't have a Fourth Amendment. These right-wing populists support the rollback of our rights. Now, let me show you guys this. Why am I going off on them like this? Governor Ron DeSantis, in reaction to Tucker Carlson and the right melting down over us protesting at the homes of the ruling class, he outlaws protest outside of homes in Florida. I'm not even saying this propaganda. What the fuck is this? You see why I highlight private? Last time I checked, no, motherfucker, all our homes are private. What the fuck is this private home? If you're a public official, they already, and this is, by the way, this is already established. Sidewalks, as ordained by our Constitution, or public squares, public public areas to exchange ideas. That is what sidewalks have been classified by countries that believe in free speech. So you guys understand, they are rolling that back using propaganda terms like private homes. Oh, he got a private home, so you can't protest them there? So we can't protest them at the airport? They got mad when we did that? The Supreme Court is barricaded? So you can't even get a protest near the courthouse because the way the Supreme Court is barricaded. So you can't protest them at their job. You can't protest them at their home. You can't protest them in your car. You can't protest them from afar. You can't protest them in a bar. Sorry, I got to do Dr. Seuss joke there. But you guys see what the right is doing? This is the same right wing that is against BDS. Ron DeSantis also signed a bill that made it legal to hit protesters with their car. Yeah. So once again, essentially making protesting illegal. But these are the people who say they are right-wing absolutists. You are not a free speech. Sorry, what did I say? Right-wing absolutists. These people say they are free speech absolutists. Free speech includes protesting. It includes boycotts. They are against BDS and they are against people protesting. So I am imploring you guys, all the people who are class conscious, stop pushing this conspiracy theory that these right-wing populists exist. They are not on your side. They are George Bush Republicans who just rebranded because they know that shit's not cool anymore. They had to find a way to rebrand to millennials and Gen Z. So they started calling themselves like right-wing populists, even though it just doesn't match their philosophy. So I would love for someone to explain what this is. A right wing is all about upholding society. We explained this on Nick and CJ. Left wing is about advancing society. Now, there are some countries that are socialists and Marxists that are more conservative because they try and conserve their society. Our society is a capitalist, right-wing, war criminal hellhole. So how can you be a right-wing populist if you're trying to conserve a system that's inherently broken? That is what it means to be on the right wing. So can people please stop with this stupid foolishness, pretending that the right wing are our allies? What you guys are trying to say is that there are more class-conscious left people than you guys are giving credit for. There's a lot of people who they just engage in white identity politics. They hate the Democratic Party. So they're like, oh, well, I'm a right-wing populist. No, motherfucker. Look at everything you believe. You're on the left. You're just afraid to say it because they've been brainwashed by the two-party system. They see Democrats on the left. No, when you decolonize your mind, when you read Marxist theory, you understand that we are ruled by two right-wing imperialist parties. So if you're class conscious, you are by definition on the left. You just don't want to say that. Right-wing populism doesn't exist. And I'm tired of a lot of people being deeply unserious about this. And that's my rant for this stream. So Josana, thank you for indulging me. Do you have anything you want to add? We also can read some chat.
I would always indulge your rants. No, I just feel like talking to people. If you go back into the streams I'm with you, I think this is the only one I have been doing on OBN so far. I will do more, I promise. But I'm always saying that I'm talking to the elderly in Brazil, and they are saying that this is looking like April Fool's 1964. Fascism doesn't like, we have the Camp Dada that I'm gonna plug in the end. Dadaism is a movement because the artists started seeing that fascism was taking over. And they created the Cabaret Voltaire in Germany. What they would do, they would do shows, but dressing up. And they would do turns. Sometimes I would be on stage, sometimes I would be out in the streets taking down the fascist propaganda. When the cops would come after me, I would run back to the cabaret, dress up, and be in the stage so they couldn't find me, right? So these are movements that happen because people oversaw it. And I feel like that's what you're doing. Like that's what you're trying to explain. Fascism doesn't just wakes up and you are in a fascist regime and you have a dictator night and day. It comes little by little. This law outlawing protesting in people's house, it's a sign of what is going to be coming if we are not willing to take a little bit of pain, to take a little bit of gas, to be arrested maybe, you know? Because right now they are pushing hard because we are indoctrinated in the two-party system. We are indoctrinated in believing that there is one good guy and one bad guy. And I'll say more. America is an evangelical country, a Christian country. And the Christian, what the white Jesus does. The white Jesus doesn't do nothing wrong. When the white Jesus is tempted, it's the devil's fault, right? So that's how they work our minds. Oh, I didn't do that. The devil made me do it. And that's the same thing of saying Democrats are good, Republicans are bad. So if you don't believe in God, you're not a Christian, and you believe in the two-party system, you're acting just like that.
Preach, my friend Josana. That's the perfect way to put it. That is a perfect way to put it. Because it takes such a strong belief to believe in a two-party system works. Like that belief might as well be a cult. Like that belief might as well be someone's religion. Like the people who still advocate, like Jim Crow Joe, quite literally doubled down on every single one of Trump's policies. The same people who was crying about the kids in cages, they are still pushing for voting for Democratic Party this election. They are still pushing voting for Joe Biden in 2024. That the only way you can rationalize is when you have Joe Biden escalate all of Trump's worst policies, you are in a cult. If you're still telling people vote for Democratic Party after the Biden administration, I would argue after the Barack Obama and Bill Clinton administration. But let me show you guys some grace. I'll show you guys some grace. If you fell for Trump derangement syndrome, okay, he was an asshole. I get it. But if you witness Joe Biden thus far, you see him expand the border industrial complex, fund the police more using COVID relief money, send Ukrainian Nazis $40 billion. Luckily, that was blocked by Rand Paul, as it is right now, right? But when you see him expand the military industrial complex, when you see him abandoning every single progressive campaign promise, literally sending troops to Somalia, starving Afghanistan citizens, funding the apartheid state of Israel more, and your reaction to this is to still vote for the Democratic Party, there's no difference between you and the cult. I am sorry.
I am going to go even further. And your reaction to this is voting even for a third party. I'm sorry. I have people, there are even candidates that I like them personally. I love Delilah. But like third party, second party, primary party, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The system is rigged. This electoral system in the US is a false, it's an illusion of somebody is voting for something. It's not one person, one vote. There are the delegates and the weight of the freaking states. You have to win some state to be able to be the president. This is a mess. This is corrupt as fuck, you know? And it's an illusion. What we have to, if you want to vote, it's okay, you can go vote. I'm an anarchist, but you can go vote. Like, but you first have to push the reform of the electoral system in the US. To start with, when every single citizen of the United States that's voting, one vote is one unity, and it counts 1 point, then I'll be like, yeah, okay, now we're going to start seeing who is good and who is making alliances, and then we vote. But it's not. We are voting. I am not because I don't vote. They are voting for the same system to be in place. Sometimes we're going to get a good guy that's going to sound nice when he goes to the European Union meetings. I mean, Joe Biden sounds like an asshole all the time to me. He looks like a rapist because he is, but he has that rapist face, like the white rapist face. Sorry, I'm going too further. But like, and sometimes we're going to have a honest person like Donald Trump. Yes, I said that. Some people will clip that and say that I am making Trump propaganda right now, but I don't give a fuck because I am not. I'm just saying that Trump said, this is how we are. This is who we are in this club right here. There's no opportunity for people of color. There's no opportunity for Black people. There's no such a thing as opportunity for poor white people. Ew. He was calling a dog a dog. And then the establishment saw that and they were like, shh, we need to create a hero out of this. We need to create somebody to come and save. And just like that, I will never forget the day Joe Biden won. Black lives looked like they started to matter because the movement died down. Black lives are still being taken. Where's the Black Lives Matter movement right now on the Buffalo massacre? I don't hear a word from them because they are in their mentions because Joe Biden won. Their Uncle Joe won. So that's what I say. Electoral politics, the electoral system in the US is shit. It's clownery. It's so popular. So y'all can watch and feel safe. Feel comfortable in your houses. Because what y'all don't know is that a poor person in the US is middle class in any other third world country. And while y'all are feeling comfortable, they do everything so y'all feel that nothing is wrong. They even hire a set of clowns to be the diversity hire. And yes, I'm talking about this squad. They hired a set of fucking raccoons to be the diversity hire. And you sit comfortably and you watch, oh, there is Black people in the government. Oh, there was a Black president. So this is a Black woman telling you, Black person, that think Obama is your hero. No, he's not. He's an assassin. And he is keeping the establishment the way it is. He is the person that was drinking fake contaminated water, right? Not even drinking, pretending to. So you saw your hero turn your back on you, and yet you voted for a segregationist, for the guy that created the crime bill, for the guy that said that, I don't remember the proper words, but I'm going to paraphrase, having Black people around in schools, that's going to be like, that's not right. That's going to be bad for us. We voted for a person that came on camera and said, if you don't vote for me, you're not Black. And the day that he said that was enough for me to put hands on him. So I don't understand why we are sitting at home and expecting this. There is a term on Greek tragedy, God ex machina. It's like they used to have a machine for the God to come in the end of the play and save and finish everything. That doesn't exist. That is theater. The machine is very easy to make, actually. So now we're having little signs, little by little, that our freedom that doesn't exist. I remember the first time I came to this country and I wanted to get like my drink in a plastic cup and walk around with my drink. And they said I couldn't because I was going to be arrested. It was so absurd to me that I cracked up laughing. Because to me, it was like, what the fuck? You cannot even like have your beer in the streets? Free country, my ass. You guys have no idea what is freedom per se. And you are having the little imaginary freedom that they are giving you being taken away from you, little by little. And then there will be the day that we're going to wake up and there will be a dictator in place. and we will be working, watched by drones, watched by drones and robot dogs. And yet, please, I hope I'm just a freaking crazy conspiracy theorist lady. I hope I'm wrong.
If Josana sounds crazy in that rant, I don't want to be saying because that was nothing but fire from what I heard. We are 1 hour in, and I want my amazing co-host Josana to rest because despite all the fire that she's spitting, she's not 100% today. So I appreciate you sticking in with us today. There was a hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I think it was a great conversation. We was highlighting mutual aid earlier in the stream, and then we had one last time for the final story we did and Josana's amazing rant. So, is there anything else that you want to plug before we wrap this show up, Josana?
Yes, of course, there is many things I want to plug. First of all, if you want to learn and support about the Anglophone crisis that is brought by you by imperialism coming from the USA, brought to you by the imperialism coming from the USA, please go to imtita.org. I think I said dot wrong. I'm going to put here in the comments. Uh, I am tita.org and get to learn a little bit about it. And if you can, buy a pen like this ones that I have here, or donate to Tita's Cash App. He's a refugee. He's being persecuted by the government because he was speaking against it. And so, no better ways to support, to pay reparations than support African people. Because, right, Nick, we coming to talk. I actually have a Somalian person to come and talk to us next Tuesday about the US coming to Somalia to put their hands on that, right? So if you want to pay reparations, if you want to do right by your asshole ancestors, go to imtita.org and support. Also, we are doing the Camp Dada action in September for Labor Day. If you are interested in learning about it, please follow at InfoChangeCamp on Twitter. We have all the information, the Give Better page. And please support Revolutionary Blackout on Patreon.
Yeah, Josana is killing the game with these amazing guests. I'm super excited for our guests next week, so we can speak about Somalia. And make sure you guys support Revolutionary Blackout on Patreon so you can support Josana's amazing work. And I hope you guys enjoyed our stream. Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna do a live around the same time. I think Zoya will join me as well. I have still a few headlines I want to talk about. We're gonna still talk about Shreen. I'm gonna cover the death of Shreen Abdul Akla again because I want to show you guys some more media propaganda surrounding that. So thank you guys for tuning in. We upload every single day. CJ said he was gonna take a day off, but he ended up doing another banger stream. So
well,
please,
I am going to Ryan's show on Friday.
Nice.
On Calling.
And you were just on Kim Brown show from Black Power Media, right?
Yeah, but we were talking about, yes, if you want to learn more about the Camp Dada action, watch the Kim Brown's from today. We were there talking about it with the Bank Sisters.
Yes. So Josana is putting a lot of great work for our movement, guys. Show some support. Show some support to Josana. So thank you guys for watching. Revolutionary Blackout. We're signing off. Have a great night, guys.